Hello and welcome everybody to the latest edition of the Buy Round podcast. I am joined today by officially signed, our new signing, one in with the scarf, standing outside the ground, putting ink to the new deal. Fresh, I was going to say Roosters, but no. From Les Catalans.
Les Catalans. You're my first signing after footy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, our tax
Thank you for taking the...
Our tax rules are a little bit different. But, you know, we'll see what we can do for you, mate. Did you manage to get your... what's the... No,
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Just, yeah, of
No,
course. No.
You gotta
live there.
You gotta do the James Maloney and live there for 5 years.
So why are your invoices going to...
Perpignan.
No, but great to have you officially on board with us. I guess
Should be good.
I'm really looking forward to the year, but I guess as well for you, it's sort of this new beginning, new chapter, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, I love footy, right? So I've watched it forever. Dabbled in the media stuff, the back end of my career, really enjoyed it, but just to be able to, like, I'm sick for it. I watched the whole Nines tournament on the weekend in the Gold Coast. So just to be able to watch it as a fan now without that, those player glasses on where you're constantly comparing yourself to people and what you can do. I can actually sit down now and enjoy like watching other players and giving them the credit, not thinking everyone's worse than you. Like it's good. I feel free. Like I feel loose.
But are you going to watch it as a because I reckon it's different. You can watch it as a fan or as a halfback.
Yeah.
You know, and be like, You know, and sometimes it's hard
it'll never go away.
Yeah, to watch it as a middle and watching it as a fan, it's like, why are they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? But when you watch it as a fan, you can just get. Well, I like not watching the Dogs on a genuinely exciting game. So I know this for every NRL fan, but Brisbane, Canberra, Brisbane, Penrith. It wasn't like they need to do this. It was just like, whoa,
let's just see what
I didn't care who won. Like maybe had a slight preference, but
just wanted to see him play.
It's just so, and like things like, I guess it'd be different for you, but Anzac Day, those big emotional days, Good Friday's always good fun as a fan.
Because even last year, like I was away from the NRL, but you're still a player.
Yeah.
And you still have that connection to the, like, you kind of watch it with the player glasses on. But yeah, I reckon I'll always watch it as a half. But those games are the ones, like that final between Penrith and Canberra, the back end, like just, I can't, I'm actually looking forward to just enjoying it.
Yeah. You know what else will be funny when it's happening to me now, watching players and go, oh no, I didn't play against them. And they're like superstars, and they get, like players will come, or players that you played with, and it's like, what? Elliot Whitehead's retiring? No, like that
they're
person,
all gone from your era now.
Or you'll see like, such a body's 32, and you're like, no, he's just coming through.
Is there any Dragons or Bulldogs players still playing?
Yes, there will be. Montoyas is still going around. Rafa Talamarina.
You've got a couple left before you're...
Yeah, there's a handful.
Before everyone forgets.
Jack DeBell and Kate Mann.
Yeah, you got a few.
There's a few. Cam McInnes, mate. The list goes on. I reckon you get a pretty good side of players still playing.
The young kids now that even back now, I'm doing a little bit with the Roosters. Like they're unbelievable. The athletes they are, and I didn't touch a weight till I was 18. These kids are in and out 15, like they're ready to go by 17, 18.
You know what? It's funny you mention that because do you reckon the game is becoming more about the athlete? Like when you look at development, it's less skill-based, but it's about how you can get a supreme athlete. You know, again, pardon the ignorance on the name of the Newcastle player that's just been allowed to...
the young 17-year-old.
The young 17-year-old. I'm making guesses here, educated guesses. He's being allowed because of the athlete he is. It's probably not because he's silky smooth with his hands or his skills or he's seen the game. Yeah. But it's probably because he's an athlete.
Physically ready to
go. It'd be the same with Suolihi when he was signed off. It was about this kid is physically ready, athletically.
I remember that to prove to the NRL with physical markers, like he's doing things that these 25-year-old NRL players are doing. That to prove he was at that level physically.
Athletically
I reckon
ready.
each club will be different depending on recruitment, the way they do it. There's still a massive skill. Like it's still rugby league. There's the prodigies that come through where they're physically gifted, and they go. Some coaches or recruitment guys will go, "Oh, I can shift him into a back rower, centre, winger.
I'll play him. He'll find a place for him."
You've still got to be a rugby. You've still got to have rugby league in you.
Yeah, maybe with certain positions. I think I watch a little bit of NFL, and some of those athletes are basically just maybe a 9 out of 10 sprinter. You watch them go, and like without their speed, they're not going to be like, they might have that catching ability.
Well, Mailata's one, like they've obviously seen him and gone, he is the perfect physical body type for an offensive lineman, and then they've transformed him into one of the best in the game. Yeah, it's interesting. I do like looking at that athlete development, what we look for. I know wingspan is something in basketball, height is something in basketball. We don't really have those measures in league. Like, the NFL, they got the 40 and the vertical jump, and we don't really do that, do we? Like, we don't. Not as a whole of game. Obviously, we've got the Bronco, but I reckon some clubs maybe shorten or lengthen the distance. It happens. Really?
Yeah. 100%.
Must have been happened my whole career when I was doing
100%, because psychology. We're going to talk. Actually, we'll talk about this when we get into our pre-season chat, because psychology it is massive on the athletes. But before we do get started on the whole show, for those of you watching on YouTube, do not adjust your set or panic. For at least the first half of this show, we are on our brand new studio. So the buy round is expanding, and even better news, it's expanding to you. So if any of you guys out there want to start a podcast, please get in touch with the show. You can find the details in the show notes. We can look after all production, all that jazz. The fantastic Tony and Charlie are going to be taking care of all that business as well. We have got the Montoyas signed up. We've got Marcelo and Taylor. They're coming on board as of today. So check it out. Two genuinely funny people sharing their lives with the wider public. So check that one out. And again, if you are interested in starting a podcast, wanting to know a little bit more about how that all works, please get in touch with the show. And this could be your studio with your logo right here. Before we get back into the show, I just want to talk about NordVPN, because it's something I genuinely use all the time. It is switched on permanently, and that is because my online safety is absolutely paramount to me. I know we all like to use our public Wi-Fi services, and hats off to those providers, but it does come with an element of risk. But NordVPN does help you out and keeps you safe online. We all love to take advantage of that free Wi-Fi, don't we? When we see it in the cafe, the restaurant, the hotel lobby, oh, it's free, I'll get on. But you don't sometimes realize how much danger you are putting yourself in. But all thanks to NordVPN, you can alleviate that danger. It hides your passwords, emails, bank details, which are oh so important. It hides the absolute lot. It also encrypts all your data and hides your IP address, so you are invisible when you're online. Of course, NordVPN has the threat protection built in, so all those dodgy websites are blocked before they even get a chance to load. And how good is this? 10 devices covered in the one account. So to get the best discount on your NordVPN, head to nordvpn.com/JamesGraham. You'll get 4 months free when you sign up to the 2-year package, and there is no risk with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Link is in the episode notes. The pre-season and the psychological aspect of it. So I think I've told this story before. So I was never like big into my weights.
Yep.
Like they were a necessary evil.
Yep.
struggled with bench press because of some shoulder issues. Yeah. I'm
shoulder
preaching
issues.
to the choir here. But I used to do dumbbell bench. And when I got to the Dragons, I was like really keen to like make an impact and start throwing some serious tin around. So I did the 50s for like maybe 6. All right, I'm going to do 52s. And I've flown through the 52s. And I'm like feeling like so good, like capped it there. Like I'm like strongest I've ever been. You know, the old pre-season, strongest as I've ever been. I'm like psyching myself up. Like next week, I'm going to go and do the 54s or the 55s, whether it's 52 and a half, can't remember. So did the 50s again, did the 52 and a halves or 52s. I'm like, right, come on, let's get these 50. And I got them, and I couldn't get them off. I couldn't get them off my, like, chest. I couldn't get one. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And then, so I think those 52 and a half, they were actually like, so I weighed them. And they were light.
Really?
They were like 49 something.
Oh my!
I was like, but so I've told the gym trainer, I've gone, Clark, have you seen this? And he's like, he had no idea. But then I was starting to think about like how it made me feel.
Yeah, feel strong.
Like felt strong. Like I'm bouncing around like I'm bigger and better than I've ever been. And I reckon that some clubs do it on the beep test or yo-yo test at the beginning of pre-season, either lengthen it or shorten it.
There'd be some mad scientists. Performance.
100%. Because if you go, my score on the Bronco, I did it in a 4-minute 30 or a 4-minute. I broke the record, and you know what's happening at other clubs. You have that psyche of like, I'm just seen Luke Keary do a 4-minute 20.
The Cowboys always posted up. Dearden and that.
Yeah, so I've just seen Luke Keary do a 4-minute 20 Bronco. Well, that's the fittest. I've never seen anyone do that before, and I reckon there's something in
psychology
there where the trainers could.
In 2013, Troy Thompson, who's now the Brisbane Broncos high performance under Madge, he was with us at South. He took myself, Adam Reynolds, Dylan Walker. We went and trained for 3 weeks in Arizona, high altitude training. With the Gold Coast Suns. Awesome, mate. We're running. Like we ran for 3 weeks. I've never felt, and like constant, you boys are looking so fit. You're there, You're in altitude, you're sleeping like this, We've come back, and I'm like, Troy Thompson, I'm mate, you are going to, everyone here, like you're going to be so far past them, it's not funny. First run back, we went up to Maroubra. Madge used to make us do these crazy runs, and I'm running, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm going to just smoke everyone here. End up finishing mid-pack. I've never been more devastated in my life.
Really?
And Tomo was so embarrassed. Like, it was just... But then he's like, mate, you got to wait for the effects to come in. The altitude effects come in after 3 weeks, and first week will be tough. Like, I was just going, what is going? I'm meant to be the fittest in the team.
And it just... experiment failed.
Well, we won the comp that year.
Fair enough.
No, honestly, we won the comp that year.
It was all Arizona.
And Tomo obviously convinced Madge... They took the whole team the year after because he said that was the reason. Like Reynolds and Keary, Walker was on top of their game.
You did go the year after, I remember it.
Didn't turn out.
No,
the year after the trip
different.
was a bit different. A few blokes not allowed back in America. After that one.
A little bit different. This time in the pre-season, obviously, things have changed a little bit now where we've got this more official tournament happening in, I think kickoff's in a week on Saturday actually, which, you know, for me this time was always the annoying time about like, you know, all the work is pretty much done. Maybe not play next week. And, you know, in your early years, you'll probably get maybe 20 minutes. But I always found like this week, it's the mindset is, look, I want to make each session count, and like, because I'm fine-tuned, I'm primed, I'm ready to go, but also let's not balls this up by getting injured with, you know, 2 weeks to go, which unfortunately has happened to a number of players.
I dislike this time of year because, you know, you're so close, and deep down you don't really want to play the trial. Like, you do because you want to play footy, but you don't want to get injured. You don't want to have, like, you're not going to be at full go, and you can see round one, and it's just like, get me there. Like, get me there quickly.
You know, on that, do you reckon? Because I'd always say to the coach, I want to play the first trial. But maybe I was just saying it because I thought I had to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, even though I know it means nothing. You say it because
you, especially your middles, have pent up that much physical altercation. I know as a half, I always just went, you want to get your rhythm, but you don't want to put it all out there because you've just, round ones, like it's hard. It's very difficult. Yeah. And you're only going to play 20 minutes or 4. It's hard to build a game and get into it, and it's difficult.
There was two things that I didn't like: playing against unknowns or people trying to prove themselves. So I remember, I think, playing against the Roosters, and maybe Jared was missing, and it was like, this ain't a good thing because now I don't know who. And it was Dylan Napper starts coming, and you're like, well, he's just. Who's playing? Yeah. Oh, it's Napper from... He plays in their register. He goes, all right, he can whack a bit. But you're like, well, if he's not playing every week, then... But he comes with a point to prove. And people do it in the trials where there's... for all 17 teams, especially in the middle, there's probably each coach from Bellamy to Maguire to, the teams down near the bottom at the back end last year, with Holbrook at the Knights, there's at least 1 or 2 bench spots.
Oh yeah,
that is like there's 4 of you middles here, 2 of you have got to step up in the trials, and whoever. So sometimes you're on the receiving end of that, but also like if you don't play the trial, you're in another week. Of the like there's no. I'll just sit this one out. It's I think we had it at Belmore. There was a trial, and all the non-players just basically got flogged in front of the general public. Everyone's just watching us like an hour before the game. Just get absolutely ran into the ground. It's like, I'd rather play for 20 minutes.
You have that
get tomorrow off, and
you have the anxiety of. I missed a few years where I didn't play a trial, and all you can think about is, am I ready to go here? Like round 1, you're in front of everyone. You haven't had that blowout because you know what it's like until you can do all the training you want. Until you step out there and make proper tackles, proper runs, you don't know if you're ready to go. That's the worst feeling in the world. Turning up on Thursday night of the first game, everyone's watching, and you don't know if you're ready to go.
Yeah. I know I spoke about some players, I guess, rising to the occasion. Did you ever have it where you're watching someone in training and going, I'll tell you what, this kid is going to unleash, and then it gets the game time, and it's like,
where'd he go?
What?
There's always one or two. Yeah.
Why aren't you demanding the ball?
They'll train there. Yeah, there's always 1 or 2.
There is every club, and I'm probably not going to not name and shame, but talk about them.
It goes the other way too. There's someone you think struggling, they turn up and just lights
kills,
out,
lights out on game day.
And in 2019, I'd retired Brett Morris. He got injured at the start of the year at rookie. He couldn't walk. Mate, we joke about it all the time, but he couldn't walk at training. He was like jogging around, doing weird, he just couldn't run us. And he's obviously older at that time.
Yeah.
And I went, he's never playing again. Like he's never playing again. End up winning us the grand final that year. So it goes both ways. There's some really great trainers. Like some of the best players I've played with, horrible trainers. They just know when to turn it on. They save them. Do you reckon it's to save yourself for game day, or you can't have those supernova moments all the time? I think they just know. Like the great ones. Mate, Greg used to just cruise along every now and then at training. If he thought, I need to do something, he would. But
you can't do that.
He was just idling. Like he would just. Latrell was a bit the same.
Yeah.
Like Latrell was he was young. When he was younger, he had that bit of an edge about him. But then once he knew where he was at, he'd idle along. Joey Manu, same, idle along. They were there every
centers, outside backs.
They can.
They can. Yeah, they can idly plod along and then turn it all on. But mate, obviously, new to the show, like I say, exciting chapter, the full year ahead. Charlie's put on the rundown. getting to know Luke. Before we get into Angus, Crichton, Lomax, the new rules, Cooper Bye, we need to get to know you. So you have featured on the show before. This isn't your debut. Maybe you're like a loan signing that we had that now has been made official.
Yep.
The compulsory purchase of Luke Keary. So getting to know Luke, favourite teammate.
Oh, I've had a lot. Favourite. Oh, but only because I got to stand. You know, it's like you stand next to your front rows every week, right? Or your hooker. Boyd Cordner.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Just because I stood next to him for 100 games, he did stuff for me. He saved me life. Like literally, people run at me. He's my favourite. What
an absolute legend. He probably just gone off the radar a bit.
He's just how he kind of went about his footy. He's always quiet. Captain Australia, New South Wales, the Roosters.
And he's still at the Roosters now.
He's the SG ball coach.
SG ball coach.
He does a bit with first grade, does a bit through the academy. He's awesome for you watch all those young guys, him coach them, and they love him. Yeah, they love him.
Does he do anything else? I
don't think so. No, and I reckon he might become a coach. He's got that in him. I think he just needs to find he's got a real Craig Fitzgibbon aura about him.
Yeah. The most interesting teammate.
There's been a few, mate. Dave Taylor, Brandon was interesting. Victor. Actually, you know who? Ryan Hall.
Yes.
You would have had Hawley.
Where did you play with?
South.
Oh, of course. Roosters, yeah, of course.
Roosters. Ryan Hall, he'd do a Rubik's Cube in 10 seconds. Mathematician. And he broke every record in the gym. Owns a business over there, a scaffolding business or something. He's just super interesting. A real nice bloke, family man, but interesting. He's the one.
Yeah, you know what? On first thought, it is a difficult question to answer, but in terms of interesting people, I remember going to a bar with him. We not just me and him.
He can drink,
but the whole England team. And he's come back to his seat with 6 beers. This bar's chockers. He's come back to his seat with 6 beers. Oh, cheers, Hawley. He goes, no, they're all for me. And we're
can drink.
What? And he's like, oh no, because I don't want to go and queue up anymore. So I just thought I'd get 6 for myself and then I'd go back later.
Oh,
we're it makes sense, but
he used to ride his moped, and he's 115 kilo winger. Ride his moped through the eastern suburbs with his helmet on, no shirt. Insane. Still playing.
He is still playing, isn't he? Yeah. But and the beers thing, it makes logical sense, but it doesn't make social sense. You're just coming out of 6 beers.
EQ. He's not high in EQ.
Yeah, he's high IQ, but not
low
EQ. One of the all times great. I used to enjoy hearing him talk about mathematics and probability and
he's good. Yeah. Interesting, yes.
Yeah.
Weird, yes.
I enjoyed because one of my most disliked phrases is, "Oh, what are the chances?" What are the chances? And if you actually look at it, it's well, it's not.
He would tell you
it's not that random. No, I'm on board with Hawley on this. So. To take it to so I've got however many nephews I've got, but 2 of my nephews from my twin sisters are born not the same year but the same date. So it's so say for example it's November the 14th, right? And they're both born on November the 14th, and my mum cannot believe it's oh my God, what are the chances? And it's actually it's not that
rare.
Not
really?
that well. If you actually look it up, it's called the birthday problem.
It's got to be rare.
Well, there's a 1 in 365 chance, but the birthday problem. So, if there's 17 strangers in the same room, what are the chances that any 2 of those people share a birthday?
Just the same day?
Just the same date.
I wouldn't have a clue.
It's 50%.
Really?
Yeah, 17. and it rises to about 99.9 at around about 25 to 30 people. And that's not me saying that.
I might have to fact check.
That is maths. Look it up, Charlie. Can you look up the birthday problem?
Can you fact check that, please?
It's just maths. It's just maths. But we've done most interesting team. This is going to be. This is going to be a. I don't.
I've got a mic, so just repeat what I'm saying.
Go on.
But if in a randomly set group of just 23 people, there is a greater than 50% chance that 2 people share the same.
Yeah, wow.
Sorry, Charlie just corrected me. It's not 17. It's 23. 23 people. What's the for it to go to 99%?
70 people.
70 people. There you go. Well, my
It's
maths,
still- yeah,
my
it's
maths
still-
was off, but you know, shock value. I don't know if I can answer these next two. Ask these next two questions of Luke. This is just Charlie being a shithouse. And I'm just going to say to our audience to prove that he's being a shithouse. You would never ask someone on their second debut. Premierships at the Roosters or Rabbitohs mean more. Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
all of them exactly the same.
How can you even ask that question? And New South Wales or Queensland? I mean, look.
I was born in Queensland and played for New South Wales, so you do the math.
You do the math with that one.
I've been in a Queensland camp for Origin and New South Wales.
There you go.
Someone smarter than me can figure that out.
Yeah. See, you're like the equity, like all about equality. Oh, I'm for both. I'm about division. Oh, sorry, no. Charlie is about division. You're trying to bring people together, unite
He wanted
the nation.
me to say the Roosters. So
Yeah. He's all about dividing. Yeah, you want to bring Sydney together.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're all one love. Charlie's all about division. Mate, speaking of division and people being left out, the Zac Lomax situation. Look, obviously looked like he'd agreed in principle to go over to a rebel rugby competition, the NRL, hard line on what would happen to those defectors. Granted a release under no duress. It was him going to the club to ask for a release. The club grant him said release with a set of terms and conditions. Now, that rebel competition failed to get off the ground for the time being, and then leaves Zac Lomax without a job. It looks as though interest from rugby union dried up with the acquisition of Angus Crichton, perhaps being a big factor in that. But then, really, you'd be stupid if you're a rugby league club sitting around the retention recruitment board not to think, how can we bring this player that's in limbo into our organisation, the Melbourne Storm, with a number of injuries and whatnot, and some salary cap space, decide to make a play. Clubs are off it. Paris saying no. NRL look like they're going to step in. Could you say, like, is Zac getting special treatment because of his ability to perform?
I think Parramatta have handled this very well. He's gone to Jason and the club, and it's obviously been said, I'm going to rugby union, right? So Parramatta have protected themselves. I don't reckon most clubs would have done this, put that clause in about, yes, you are, mate, you've signed a 4-year deal, and in the first year you've got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's okay. But if anything happens, you're not just walking off to, people that we're competing with for nothing. Zac's obviously, and his management have said, yes, that's perfectly fine. We've got our stuff sorted at R360. That clause isn't going to matter. That's the first issue, right?
Yeah.
And then what's happened there is diabolical. Then the second thing, to turn around now and just think that's going to go away, Melbourne have done nothing wrong. They've come in and gone, we've lost Eli Katoa, we've freed this money up, Zac's available, and he is available, and Parramatta have gone, no. And I totally stand with them, supporting himself, protecting himself, the club, the fans, the members, the playing group. For them to sit there and just give him away now to someone that they're trying to compete with to win a grand final, it doesn't make any sense. And the other thing, like the NRL, why should they step in? To see if they say, oh, it's a reasonable offer, Melbourne, you have to take, hang on. Like, this is business. This is, they own the rights to Zac. Zac signed with them for 4 years. He's signed a clause saying he won't go anywhere without permission from Parramatta. But they basically own his rights right now, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Well, they hold his registration.
They hold his registration. So I think Parramatta are willing to let him go at the right price, and they've thrown up a few different players, but they should have the right now to sit there and go, Zac is for sale.
Yes.
Here's the other 16 teams. Zac Lomax is for sale.
What
if
have you
want to buy
got?
him,
Yeah.
it's going to cost X amount. Or if you've got a player that you'd like to offer us, yes. And they should be able to negotiate with whoever you want. And they should be able to sell him basically wherever they want. And if he wants to sign it, he can sign it. If he doesn't, he can go play rugby union. Now, that's probably like the strict rule, right? But as a rugby league fan, I go, I want to see Zac play, right? He's probably the best winger in our comp at the moment.
New South Wales fans would be desperate to see him still playing the competition.
Like, I want to see him play for New South Wales and Australia, but you also want to see it done fairly.
Yes.
You don't want to see Parramatta get taken advantage of because Zac, whether it was him or his management, they've made a poor decision. It's quite clear as a poor decision to walk away from that, sign the clause saying you're not coming back, then to turn around a few weeks later and say, I want to come back now. Something's gone wrong there, but Parramatta shouldn't suffer and they shouldn't be told what he's worth or what they should sell him for.
I'm with you on that. First and foremost, I want to see Zac Lomax in the competition, but at what cost? And not financial cost, but at what cost are we willing to lean over or bend rules? Because Parramatta have got to stand for something, and they were smart enough, like you say, to go, hang on a minute, we might be getting taken for a ride here, so let's just pop this in. Lomax and his
they had every right to not let him go at the start.
Yes, 100%.
They've done him a favour by saying yes, you can walk away and take your contract at rugby. That they've done him a favour.
Absolutely, and they've been smart enough to go, hang on, let's just make sure, because they would have had the foresight to go, if this falls over, he could go somewhere else. We could just be, so let's put that in because, hey, one up to us, we'll get something from this deal, and we could. Parramatta, if they wanted to, if Melbourne stumped, they could go, well, give us Munster, give us Harry Grant, if they want to play that hardball.
Well, you look at Zac, behind Mitchell, he's probably their second best, most influential player.
Yeah.
If I'm moving Zac, I want, whatever team, if it's Melbourne, I want Xavier Coates, the Queensland winger.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Or we want an extra middle, so we want Stefano.
Yeah, I understand that.
100%.
What they're doing, and I hope it doesn't get through a court and become some legal matter. They've got they should sell him. Like they don't want him back, but they should sell him, and they should be able to say, "This is the price. This is the price you got to pay to get Zac."
I think as well, it sets a precedent moving forward that with this R360, it's been delayed 2 years. So look, we've kicked it down. You kicked it down, kicked it along the road, so to speak. But it will likely reappear maybe in 2 years. And if it's not this competition, something else will come up. But then, if you're a player, you aggravate for a release, and then you just come back if it doesn't work. Like only a few people will know if Zac actually received some financial compensation by this Rebel competition or this R360, whatever you want to call it, and you'd hope that he has. But if he hasn't, then it's on him and his representatives, not on Parramatta. Para owe him pretty much nothing. I do wonder, however, that because it's Melbourne, people are off it. Where if it was, say, a Knights or a Titans, respectfully speaking, two teams that were down near the bottom, or a Perth Bears or a PNG, there might be a bit more room for sentiment from Parramatta with the go, okay, well the court of public opinion, where it's like, well, it's not too bad. The fact that he would be going to the team that played in last year's grand final to make them even stronger.
If you're the CEO of Parramatta, are you more willing to sell him to Melbourne or Newcastle Knights if they come? If they both offered you the exact same price. Like if they said he's worth $1 million, we want $1 million cash, or 500, whatever, and Melbourne offered you and Newcastle offered you, where are you sending him?
Well, I reckon you'd have to accept both offers and let the client or the player decide. But if it was up to me, if I had control of his destination, one of the last places, probably there's 3 places I wouldn't want to see him.
Roosters?
No, I'd maybe allow him to go to the Roosters. I wouldn't want to see him in Melbourne, Brisbane, or another place in Western Sydney by the name of Penrith Panthers. That's it. Like, I don't want to see him at any of those teams.
Yeah. As a Parramatta.
As a Parramatta fan that, would be wanting to compete. Yeah. And even as a fan of the NRL, like, it's difficult for a lot of fans to digest the fact that one of the best players is then going to one of the best clubs
teams.
When we're supposed to be
at 4 years at
when it should have been 4 years at Para, or because that relationship seems to be over. See him go to a team on the rise or in need of some talent or one of the new franchise teams. I don't think it would be.
Well, I don't think that should matter. Right? Melbourne are not in the wrong, because
Melbourne
have taken the initiative here and gone, there's a player available, we're going to go in and try and...
Yeah, of course. And it's not knocking...
I'm surprised other teams aren't doing the same, to be honest.
Well,
like he says,
Melbourne just in that unique spot because of the salary cap space, because of Eli Katoa and because of Ryan Pappenhausen and Nelson. Like they've...
But they're obviously open to a player swap, right?
You think Melbourne are?
No, I think Parramatta are obviously open to a player swap. If I'm another club... in that middle to lower tiers, trying to find a game-changing winger. He's arguably the best winger in the comp. I'm surprised there aren't teams lining up offering Parramatta. Maybe there are in the background, but...
I did see a memo that Penrith may look to offer Isaac Tango, but it doesn't seem like a Penrith move.
Yeah, the other things, obviously, like I've seen his management come out and said... Like he's left the Dragons early, and then 1 year into Para left. Like what are we?
What 1 year before you? Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. I played with Zac, consider him a friend. He's been on the show. Like I enjoyed watching him come through the ranks, and very proud of what he's gone on to achieve. Just how much his head appears to have been turned. I knew Zac when he was, this young, shy kid from the middle of nowhere, and he brought his brother up, and he was so close. And that obviously still is the case, but you want to see him do what he does best, and that's play football. And you young athletes do get their heads turned. They do. And this is a reminder and an unfortunate ramification of, the beware of Greeks bearing gifts, here we are, this new competition. Okay, well, I'm just going to, forego what a contract means. It used to mean,
he's in the peak of his
power. I'm going to forego. Fundamentally, he lost out on an Ashes tour.
Yep.
Like he pulled out of an Ashes tour because he didn't want to get injured for this. It's already cost Zac Lomax, not a financial cost,
Australian
but
jersey.
that Aussie jersey that maybe he'll get back, maybe he won't.
It will get sorted out. These things will get sorted out. I just feel like Parramatta deserve the right to put a price on him.
Yeah.
To put a price on him. And then if Melbourne are willing to pay it, they're willing to pay it. If they're not, someone else
or gain something in return. I don't think...
the price might be a player.
I think it has to be, Kez, because if Para receive financial compensation, they can't use it on their cap.
They've already they bought Brian Kelly and Jonah Pezzett.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything... Like, Rolsey and Parramatta would already have planned, we've lost our origin winger, that would have been a scramble for them to go, we need to fill this gap really quickly. We lost our best player. We need to fill this gap really quickly, not wait.
Yeah, I think it is set for court pretty soon, actually. I think
13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. So, again, because it's going to court, you've got to be careful. But it appears that Zac and his team have got all their work in front of them, where Para just turn up and go, well,
he signed this.
That's all. Exhibit A. Have you got anything else, Your Honour? Well, no.
That's a restriction
that's it.
of trade discussion, I think.
Yeah, but that's on Zac Lomax representatives to prove how this is a restriction of trade. And I just wonder what the NRL make of all this. And you'd hope that they're trying to get a resolution before the 13th.
It's looked at as like a bit of a negative thing, right? I don't think it's negative. I think this is something we can do more of, which the EPL and football around the world does, where if players are disgruntled, right, now you have a blow up with the club and you get kind of moved on, Why can't we sell and buy as a game, right? Sell and buy players. Players want to leave, but you've still got them contracted. Like, I know it goes on a little bit, but proper selling and buying,
proper transfers,
proper transfer fees, proper deals. Like, I think
it's hard in a salary cap sport, though. That's the only problem.
Player trades.
Yeah,
and
it needs
boundaries.
It needs addressing.
I'm going to be good though.
Oh, it would be great for us in this role now.
Imagine teams going back end of the season, we're right to go here. We need a front rower.
Yeah.
So and so has had a bad year. That team, they're not going to play. Let's go and try and buy this guy and move our roster.
Speaking like a true rooster.
GM, I don't know. Get the GMs. The NFL do it. Before that trade dedeadline, you're making moves.
Just buy it. That is the rooster in you. That I reckon. Just buy everyone. Let's just buy it.
Business.
But let's hope for everybody's sake that come kick off of season 2026, the Zac Lomax saga.
We all want to see him play.
We do. We want to see him play, but in the right fashion. Someone that won't be playing NRL come 2028 is former teammate Angus Crichton. Really got his game back on track and has been up there with the best 2 or 3 back rowers in the competition for 2 seasons consistently. Goes to rugby where he played a bit of schoolboys.
Yep. He was a rugby kid. So at South, I was...
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
He turned up just straight from Scots. And I remember sitting with him and he had no idea how to play rugby league.
Oh, really?
He played for young Yabby's rugby union team and then into Scots. But I'm telling you, we laugh about it now, but he'd sit there and be like, so what do you do when... Like he had no idea. To watch what he's done in our game, it's unbelievable. And then the personal issues he's faced, to come back from that. Like I was, got to see it firsthand what he went through. About to have a baby with his new wife. Like player of the series in State of Origin in 24. Had another great series. Australian, won a World Cup. Like he's unbelievable person, and what he's done for our game. Like everyone there's happy for him. They want to send him off on the right note, but. At 29 to now go and possibly play in a World Cup for Australia and Rugby Union, he's still got the chance to come back. Like he'll be 31, 32 as a forward. He might go overseas and play in France or Japan, but he's been a great servant of the game for South and then the Roosters. And to watch his journey and what he's been through and come out the other end, good on him.
Yeah. You think, I joked about the Roosters buying things, but it seems though they've changed changed strategy when it comes to production of players. We've saw the emergence of Siwa Wong, Nafahu White, Robert Toya to name, but 3 really burst onto the scene in the forwards. You think it'll be a promote from within?
They made a conscious effort in 2019. Over in Barcelona, did a lot of research around these academies that all the the soccer clubs are setting up around the world. Made a conscious decision to invest in it as a club, as a board, and you're starting to see, the fruits of it. Celeste, Fiketti, Blake
Yes,
Steep.
of course, yeah.
There's a heap of kids coming through it now. They've got all the past players involved in it. Orbo, Jake Friend set it up. Jared's gone in there now. Boyd's helping. They've done a really good job. They've invested a lot of resources and money into it. And it was a change of strategy they probably thought what they were doing probably is not sustainable. As more clubs come into the competition, it gets more competitive, the salary cap grows, and they've turned to youth. And it's paying off.
Yeah.
It's paying off now. But we will see. They're always going to have the draw card. I came from South, so they're always going to have that bit of an aura about them. But to actually see these kids come through these 16s, 17s, 18s, it's good to see. And I think they'll lean that way. They'll lean towards promoting within until the need becomes they need to go elsewhere.
You think Crichton's got what it takes to walk straight into the Wallabies?
Yeah. I watched a fair bit of them. Obviously, I'm really close with Suali'i. Watched them over there on the spring tour. Just they're in desperate need of some good players. And Gussie walks.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what they do there.
Inside, outside.
They got Ikitau there, who's really good. Joe's been playing outside, but they'll have to move him around. Jorgensen's there. I think Gussie, he
just
walks
find
in.
a place.
I think
but
he's obviously got to make that transition and. It's all, but I think just pure talent wise, he
outside backs,
outside centre,
outside. Yeah. He can't a bit of a.
He could play inside. They got Ikitau there who
he
played.
He couldn't play seven or eight.
Oh, I reckon he could. I reckon he could, but he'd be their centres play like our back rows out wide, punching off the 10 and 15. He will be damaging defensively. Bit of Owen, he's got a bit of Owen Farrell, less skill than Owen, but similar size, maybe a bit bigger, bit of a stronger runner, but that kind of big outside centre.
Yeah, cool. Well, good luck to him and congratulations. It's achieved three comps over here.
No, one. He only won the one. 2019.
Oh, right.
Come over from South in 18.
Did he not play in the 14 grand final?
No, he was a kid. That's when he came to the club. He got to South in 2014 as an 18-year-old kid from Scott. So.
How good's my memory? I could have sworn he played. Again, he's been around forever. No. So he was young.
He would have debuted 2015. He would have debuted the year after. 2015.
That honestly, that's disappointing. I'd look at someone like him and go, "We're round about the same age."
Yeah. No.
But we're not. But
nope.
He debuted in 2016, but that is.
You were too busy putting your head through people. 2014.
That is quite the realisation. No Joe. I know even you just said he'd be 29, but I'm he'd be
he's
35, 36. He's only 4 years younger than me. Yeah, we were battling. Yeah, him and Sam Burgess together in that 14 grand final. Yeah, with George and Johnny Sutton. Honestly, mate, you should have seen them, mate. You should have been on the other side. But honestly, good luck to him with everything that he's achieved. We'll finish off the show with. We've been doing it a bit with a couple of our guests. Teams that are set to rise and fall in 2026. I guess we'll hand it over to you. Who do you think? Because there was a lot of talented teams, a lot that didn't make the 8. Some by, their form was timed too late or too early. Some with some horrific injury tolls. But who do you think's going to rise, and then who do you think's going to fall?
I heard you talk about the Dolphins, right? And I love the Dolphins this year too. People see Morgan Knowles. You spoke about him the other day.
He's going to be good, isn't he?
Donahue. Plath.
Flegler's back.
Flegler.
I can't even believe that didn't make the rundown. Tommy Flegler, congratulations. Yeah. How good is that? That is a real feel-good story. Yeah. He's been cleared to play. That is incredible. We've spoken about the journey of Angus Crichton. Everybody's got their injury story. No one's got it as bad as this lad.
Retirement was on the cards 6-12 months ago.
Absolutely, it was. Like, congratulations. Like, everyone's got their injury story, the horrors that he's been through physically, mentally, emotionally, watching on, desperate to play. Talk of, Zac Lomax giving up his Kangaroos jersey. Tom Flegler plays for the Kangaroos in this year's World Cup.
Yes.
If he gets anywhere near the player that he was when he was playing for the Brisbane Broncos.
Agree.
So congratulations and good luck to him on his return.
Agree. Well, Dolphins are the one. Like, I love them. Like, I think they'll be there around the 4. But I'll go, I think Para. I think what Rolsey did, it was painful, right? That first half of the season was painful.
Yeah.
But they had to go. Cam Serrato had to do it at the Dogs.
Yes, he did, yeah.
He had to go through the pain to get the culture turned around, fix a few things up, get some people out that he, wasn't in his plans. Cam went through that for probably a bit longer than Rolsey had to, but you saw the fruits at the back end, and that was without Mitch. Like, it was without Mitch, and if they keep Mitch on the field, they're there or thereabouts. So I think they've got Brian Kelly will come in, he'll do a good job. Pezzett with Mitch, that's a good fit. I think that's a good fit for him. Coming from Melbourne too, I just think they're gonna be back in that mix of the around that 4.
It's really. I had a bit of a go of picking my top 8.
Top 4? What's your top 4?
At the moment is Penrith, Brisbane, Melbourne, Dogs. At the moment.
Who's your wooden spoon?
You'll have to tune in to our Ladder Predictor show for that, mate. You'll have to tune, mate.
You know what? A couple of coaches tuned into.
Mate, you know what? This is the most horrible part of the job. Where you know what? Well, I reckon when you're a player, you're like, I can't believe you said that about me.
Did anyone pick? Who got Newcastle? Did anyone pick like Souths last year? Like, came. You know what I mean?
No.
Anyone pick Newcastle that you know
of? Not off the top of my head. I think legit most people had a lot of people had the Canberra Raiders, but it shows the unpredictable nature of the NRL in season 2025. We hope that will continue on. I'm not going to ask you about who you think is going to fall, but quickly, the rule changes. Me and Charlie had an amazing back and forth around how the new kickoff rules are not going to change anything, but we hold our hands up. We got it wrong. But what we did do is bring about an even better idea that the attacking team gets to choose if they kick off. Now, people will say, oh, well, nothing will ever change, but it's just nice to have options, isn't it?
What a trait.
We were encouraged and reminded by our listeners in the comments that we actually got that one wrong. So it'll be the...
How long did you speak about that for?
Yeah, 15 minutes going through it all. How there's nothing to see here.
Oh, that's good.
And little did we... Ignorance is bliss. But it appears as though... I mean, it's a little bit late. I can't see this change coming in now. But
I can.
Oh, from now?
They've proven that they can do it. Like, they've done it before where they've changed. Honestly...
Mate, we're 2 weeks off. We're 10, 11 days off. Dogs v.
It's not a
Dogs v Cowboys.
I don't think I've been sprayed by a few people like the purists. I don't think it's a massive change. I don't think it's huge change.
It's not.
It's a change,
not.
right?
Yeah.
It does pinch at the fabric a bit because as a player, you're under the pump. You've just had a try scored against it. You've now got to kick off and defend a set and try to wrestle back momentum. It's a massive part of the game, right? Being able to get the balance back, and now you just get it straight back, basically, right? You get a try scored against you. You don't have to wrestle it back. You don't have to keep them inside their 40, get the kick back and bring it back. You just get the ball straight away and dictate to them. So I get that, the fabric, because that's what a lot of people are saying. They're saying you're going against the fabric. You're actually changing the fabric of our game and what it stands for, and being mentally tough and resilient, being able to wrestle games back. But then as a spectator, I go, well, like, let's go. It's like entertaining. Let's go again. Let's go. Like, let's get the footy straight back on. Give that team that's just had something go against them. Let it go. So I see both sides. I don't know if it needs to be changed. There's obviously something behind it where they've gone, we think this is going to offer a better product.
Yeah, that's what it's got to come down to. It has to. And I've got to trust the NRL.
They've done a good
that
job.
They have gone, they've ran the numbers and they've ran the data. They've ran what this looks like. Because, what the game, the players, the clubs, the fans, the TV networks, everything saved up last year was amazing by far and away. Definitely the top 2 or 3 exciting competitions that I can recall. I think back to that 2018 one was really exciting, where every club in the top 8 was like 2 points. Like that was really even. Think back to 14, the sort of spread, the spread, who could have won it, who came so close.
They've done a good job.
They've done an amazing job, and the finals
changes.
just were so exciting, and like there was games where so if you've got that and you're going to attempt to tinker with it with something like who gets possession after a try, then you've got to. I reckon you've got to trust them and go, well, they know what they're doing.
Well, they've proven everything they've done. Most of it has been successful. It's made our game better. Our product is far superior. Like you said, you back them. The bench, what about the bench rules? The one I don't like it.
I'll come back to that, but because I think it's good. But you got to assume that for such a drastic change, like if it doesn't come off, then the people or persons that suggested it would surely have their the job would be on the line, really, because it's such a big change, and they would know that it's not going to be.
Can you run it through New South Wales Cup or Queensland Cup or Jersey Flag, SG Ball, how are about to start this
with
weekend.
The consequences of error on as maybe,
and then the year after.
Well, they've done that before with rules like captain's challenges and
seasons
stuff
and things like that. I would like maybe
yeah. So you don't like the extended bench?
No, I think there's an art, and I've seen it firsthand. There's an art in picking your bench. There's an art in picking 4 players. There's an art in the number 14 role.
Yeah.
Who's your 14? What can he cover? Can he cover 1 to 7? Is it head I agree with the 18th man. I think we need that. But there's an art to picking how you're going to go with 3 big middles. Are you going to go with 2 middles, a back row, and a hooker? Are you going to make your hooker play 80? Are you going to go with a Connor Connor Watson? Are you going to go with a Nico Hines who played in Melbourne's bench? Like, there's an art to these coaches, and they have meetings about it, lengthy meetings about who are we taking? Do we need 3 big men? Do we need 2? Can we get away with 1 and 2 back rows and a hooker? Who's going to cover wing? If our winger goes, who's going? Like, this is an underappreciated part of coaching. These guys go through this. They go to timing. Like, James is coming off at 15. Luke's going to come on at 15.
Yeah.
He's going to go back off at 25. James will come back for there's an art to this, and I feel like the 6 man gives them a lot more flexibility, and you can be a little bit wish-washy with it, and you can see how the game goes.
Yeah.
Well,
it gives coaches more options where that
you take a half every day, right? You take a genuine 7 and 6 just in case.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So,
but I don't.
You take a genuine outside back
every time,
just in case. Where
that's what I guess that you lose that
art, like you say, that art form of
Connor Watsons and guys like this who can play different positions, and Tyrone Wishart covers from 1 to 7, 1 to 9. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I guess one of the big examples is at State of Origin where Nico Hines was on the bench. Ends up coming on the in the set, like,
so that's a coach's
the chaos of all that. Where I can't recall who he came on for. He
came on at centre
for
Tommy Trebojevic got concussed.
So
we had one in 2020 State of Origin series. Freddie was umming and ahhing game 3 whether to take Paps as 14.
Yeah,
end up taking Nathan Brown front rower.
Yeah,
Teddy gets knocked out 10 minutes in by Jai Arrow, that series
game's-
done.
yeah.
Series done. If Paps comes, this is.
Yeah, if
I reckon it's just a bit of an art form of how coaches construct their bench and then use different players and even coaching them to play different positions.
Yeah, well, that now has really been taken away. You're going to go, if you've got 6 on the bench, you're going to go 3 middles, an edge, half, OB.
Yeah, and that edge can be a 9 if you've got your 9 want to play 60 or...
Yeah, or when I say 3 middles, you could do a 13/9. It's going to, it's less jeopardy.
Less strategy.
Yeah.
Like less strategy, less... I want to see the coaches make those decisions of like, are you going to take 2 hookers this week?
Yeah.
Are you going to play Brandon Smith 80 minutes or do you need another hooker on there?
Like you can only use 4. So look,
no, but you got to...
you've got more options, and there's less of that headache of like, I'll tell you what,
even the best wins, you know those wins when 3 blokes get injured, you got one sitting on the bench. You know there's blokes all around the field playing in different positions.
Yeah.
Like they're the best wins.
They are. That is going to be taken away. It's like, how the hell did that team win that game of football? They were down to 14.
They lost their halfback in the first minute.
Yeah, they had, Angus Crichton filling in at 5'8". Didn't he do a great job? Look at his defence. I
just think it's I'm not against like the 6-man. It will be what they'll have to come up with different ways. But I just find it's a coaching thing, and I reckon the coaches, like, that's their way of getting a competitive advantage and being able to manoeuvre their benches and play different players.
I've not thought of it like that, because I've been in the camp of it's a good thing, almost a player safety. We don't get to see.
Is it a player safety, right? Still using
probably not. No, you still use them. You still use them for. So no, it's not a player safety thing.
But even the
again, I
get
fall into this. Like you start to think how other people think it's not a player safety thing. I guess there's a part of me where you want to see halves in the halves, but then it does. I've not thought of it from that point of view of it. It brings about and is often the catalyst for those great wins where you're like, yes,
best,
yeah. Brilliant. Well, what a way to end the show. First of the year with Luke Keary.
Thanks for having me.
You got an A+ from me. Not sure what Charlie and Tony think. They're very difficult taskmasters. Charlie's just...
We could go on some serious tangents this year, I reckon, me and you.
Oh, yes. Strap yourself in, Buy Around listeners. Kez, absolute pleasure. We'll catch you all next week for another episode of whatever this show is called.